So you've probably seen about the Chinese stock market collapse. And just want to share with you my friend Loser Lao Wai in China. He's an American guy living in Shanghai in China. And he's just going to talk about the situation on the ground. His experiences with people in China, how they're dealing with the stock market collapse, and just a general overview of their mindset. So have a look at the video, enjoy, and of course I will put a link to his channel in the description section below, and also subscribe to him for more videos in China.
Welcome to another episode of Loser Lao Wai in China. This is Randy Flagg, your host. So since the last time we spoke about this stock market crash, China's stock market had rose to 15%. It's funny because, you know, when it goes down, I guess the Western media, they're all up on it when it goes down. You know, but when it went up 15%, I didn't see any news about that. I didn't even know it went up 15%. Unless you really tracking it, you know. But yesterday, the Shanghai stock market collapsed like 8.5%. Like, basically, this is like worse than silver, man. Because silver is very volatile as compared to gold. It goes up and down crazy. It can go up like 5-6% in like a whole day. You know, and China's stock market has crashed. Almost, you could basically say it's crashing. It's 8.5% down, despite government intervention. And I think this is teaching, I guess it's an experiment that the government is doing to see how they can control the market. But I mean, you can't control a market with like 400 million players. You can't control this market, man. Like, they're doing all this government intervention, and that's not what a market is about. A market is about letting the market play itself out. That's the best way to do it. America does it too. You know, they tell you all these, you have to follow the rules. All governments in the world, they say, you have to follow these rules. In order to be in the stock market, you got to follow these rules. The powers that be tell you that. You follow the rules. They say you can take your money out, you can put your money in, you can take your money out when you want, right? Because all the banks tell you that. All the stock exchanges, when you go to put your money into these stock exchanges, when you go to these brokers, you put your money in. They say, yeah, you can take your money out, we'll take it out for you. And all that other stuff, right? But when it's not going in their favor, then they create new rules. So the government in China created this rule where I think it's like if you have like more than 5% of a stake in a company, you're not allowed to take your stock out for 6 months. And that's just crazy, you know what I mean? Like, if you're losing money, why wouldn't you want to take your money out? So you got to lose money? You know, it's just crazy. There's people just make these new rules up. They keep making new rules. You know, and here we go. Look. So basically, they got two stories. One story, what China watchers are saying about Shanghai's ugly sell-off. While you were sleeping, a major Chinese stock benchmark endured a beatdown not seen in more than 8 years. The Shanghai Composite, with more than 8%, closed 8.5 lower for its biggest one-day percentage tumble since February 2007, as investors worried about a slowdown in government buying. See, government buying. So the government is like, it's trying to save you, and that's not how it's supposed to work. You know what I mean? In government buying and disappointing industrial data. In other words, Monday was the roughest day for Shanghai stocks since before the global financial crisis hit. The index now stands just 6% above its July 8th closing low. Well, that's better than it was, right? As shown in the chart below, that's after briefly trading on Friday as much as 19% above the 4-month low. The Shanghai Composite is also 28% below its multi-year closing high on June 12th, which was then followed by a multi-week sell-off. This is you in the casino. This is gambling. You know, this is gambling. Might as well legalize drugs. Shit, this destroys families. Look how high that is. This is ridiculous. I mean, you can tell is on a downtrend. You can tell that's on a downtrend. That's not going to shoot way up past 6,000. People are scared to put their money in Shanghai now. They're not messing with. They're not going near this. Here are a few initial reactions to the rout in Shanghai. The decline must be especially dispiriting in Beijing, where officials probably felt they had finally gotten a grip on what many commentators said was impossible: controlling the stock market. Yeah, you can't control the stock market. No, you don't got enough money to control the stock market. But Beijing still tries to soothe. Beijing came out assuring us again that it's got this, writes Shuli Ren in blog post from Barron's. A recent research paper conducted by China's Academy of Science was splashed all across China media today. According to the Academy, as of the end of 2013, China's net assets came in at 350 trillion yen, enough to accommodate 1.5 times a financial crisis. 350 trillion yen. Did you even hear this number trillion like 10 years ago? 10 years ago, no one heard of this word called trillion. It's time for a currency reset on all fronts. And they keep on kicking the can down the road. And they keep on obfuscating, obfuscating the news. Every day this kind of news comes out. Now, if this 10 years ago, some news come out like this, it'd be crazy, it'd be pandemonium. But this comes out every day now, so it's like nothing. They obfuscate the news by distracting us in America with this white on black crime, white cops shooting black teenagers. So you could pay attention to that and not pay attention to the economics of your country. You're gonna have Gordon Chang. You know, Gordon Chang is like the China basher of the of the West. He's been calling for China's downfall for like 20 years. I bet you this is Gordon Chang. I bet you. How much you want to bet? This is Gordon Chang. He's like, I told you so. I told you so. You know, a broken clock is right twice in a day, right? Oh, it's not him. I'm surprised. Because usually, basically, it's always Gordon Chang. You know, telling you about this, telling you about that. You know, I used to read Gordon Chang, but then after a while, I was just like, let's see, Gordon Chang. See, after a while, I was like, this guy, you know, he's just praying, you know, for stuff to happen. He's praying for China's downfall. You know, where is China's missing? Uh-oh. This is for another story. Okay, look at him. This is all his stuff. I mean, when you read Gordon Chang, take it with a grain of salt. You know, because he's been calling for the crash of China for years and years and years. 20 years already. And now he's probably like, I told you so, I told you, I told you. You think China gonna let its economy go to shit before America's? Nuh-uh. But anyway, this is what's happening, and if they don't fix this, I don't know what you could do about this, you know. Basically, if I was China, I would just put everybody into gold like he was doing. Have everybody buy gold. Switch your currency like 5% to 10% gold. Like your currency or your money should be backed by like 10% gold. And put that new shit out. That way you can control your spending. Because this is off the hook. Randy Flagg, man, Randy Flagg. Stay sharp, people.
So that was my friend Lu Zalawai in China. I hope you learned something and got some more knowledge and insight to the situation in China. So, of course, subscribe to him, Loser Lauwai in China, and